Welcome to the Future Lab. I'm your host, Matthew. Today, we're diving into a fascinating research paper that uses AI to revolutionize catalyst discovery. The challenge of designing efficient and sustainable catalysts is crucial for a greener future, and this research uses a novel AI-driven approach to tackle it. We'll explore the ChemReasoner framework, uncovering its methods and potential to accelerate scientific breakthroughs. This work comes to us from the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, also known as PNNL. We'll look at the high-level concept, the technical details, and the real-world applications of this exciting research. So, what exactly is the problem ChemReasoner is trying to solve? Finding new catalysts is a huge undertaking, right? Traditional methods rely heavily on trial and error, which is incredibly time-consuming and resource-intensive. Think about the sheer number of potential chemical combinations, it's astronomically large, and the need for sustainable solutions is only adding pressure. We need catalysts for a whole range of environmentally friendly processes, from carbon capture to the creation of renewable fuels. This is where ChemReasoner comes in. It's a game changer because it combines the power of artificial intelligence with the precision of quantum chemistry, streamlining the catalyst discovery process. Essentially, it cleverly uses a large language model, or LLM, to generate hypotheses about potential catalysts. But it doesn't just stop there. It uses something called a graph neural network, or GNN, to check these hypotheses. The GNN assesses how well the proposed catalyst might actually work in practice, based on the principles of quantum chemistry. It evaluates factors such as adsorption energies and reaction energy barriers. This feedback loop is key to its success. This process isn't just a one-off evaluation. It's an iterative search process, repeatedly refining the LLM's suggestions based on the GNN's feedback. This targeted search allows ChemReasoner to efficiently explore the huge number of potential catalysts, drastically shortening the discovery process. And what's particularly interesting is the way the search is automated. The researchers introduced an automated planning component. This completely removes the need for human experts to manually guide the search. It all comes down to making the process of finding efficient and sustainable catalysts much faster and more efficient. That's why I'm so excited to delve deeper into the methodology in our next segment. The title of the paper is ChemReasoner, Heuristic Search over a Large Language Model's Knowledge Space Using Quantum Chemical Feedback. Quite a mouthful, isn't it? But the core idea is straightforward, using AI to find the best catalysts for chemical reactions. Traditionally, this has been a painstaking process, relying on extensive trial and error by human chemists. It's a bit like searching for a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is the size of a galaxy. This research is exciting because it leverages the power of large language models, or LLMs, alongside precise quantum chemistry calculations. It's a really smart combination. LLMs are incredibly good at processing and understanding information. They can sift through massive amounts of existing chemical knowledge, proposing potential catalysts, but the LLMs are just generating hypotheses. To really determine if these hypotheses are any good, we need a rigorous validation process. That's where the quantum chemistry calculations come into play. They use something called a graph neural network, or GNN, to evaluate the proposed catalysts, assessing their suitability based on things like adsorption energies and reaction pathways. The key here is the feedback loop. The results from the GNN inform and guide the LLM, helping it to refine its predictions iteratively, effectively searching the vast space of chemical possibilities in a far more targeted way. What's really remarkable about ChemReasoner is that it achieves successful AI-guided catalyst discovery, and even more impressively, a purely AI-driven strategy outperformed human experts in multiple benchmark tests. That's a significant step forward. Now, let's move on to the specifics of how ChemReasoner achieves this. How exactly does this feedback loop work, and what are the technical details involved? So, let's get into the nitty-gritty of how ChemReasoner works. It's based on a heuristic search, guided by a large language model, or LLM. This means it starts with an initial prompt, essentially a question about what kind of catalyst would be best for a specific reaction. Then, the LLM takes over, proposing potential candidates. But it's not just throwing out random suggestions. It uses the vast amount of chemical knowledge it's been trained on to make informed guesses. Now, these aren't just names of chemicals. The LLM's suggestions are then translated into detailed 3D models of the molecules using graph neural networks, or GNNs. These GNNs are like highly specialized translators, converting the LLM's textual descriptions into precise 3D representations that quantum chemistry calculations can work with. And here's where the cleverness of the system really shines. The 3D models are then fed into computationally expensive quantum chemistry calculations, which evaluate each catalyst's properties. Specifically, It looks at things like adsorption energies, how strongly the reactants bind to the catalyst surface, and reaction energy barriers, how much energy is needed to start the reaction. This generates a reward. Essentially, a score is assigned to each proposed catalyst, reflecting how likely it is to successfully catalyze the reaction. This reward signal is then fed back to the LLM. This feedback loop is crucial, because it allows the LLM to refine its predictions and improve the quality of its suggestions over time. It's like a sophisticated trial and error process, but on a vastly accelerated scale. The LLM learns from the GNN's evaluations, making smarter and smarter guesses with each iteration. But there's another key innovation: an automated planner. This is what makes the search genuinely autonomous. Instead of human experts deciding what properties to focus on next, the LLM itself uses context from previous search steps to decide what to explore next, making this a fully AI-driven process. The researchers face some serious challenges. Efficiently searching such a massive space of possible catalysts is no small feat. Accurately translating the LLM's text into 3D molecular models was another hurdle. And finally, using these complex reward functions, which are based on quantum chemistry calculations, efficiently and accurately, was a major technological achievement. The LLM's ability to correctly interpret and follow instructions is also extremely important for this to work. This unified approach is what makes ChemReasoner so innovative. It seamlessly combines the power of language-based reasoning with the accuracy of computationally intensive quantum chemistry simulations. Let's now explore the real-world applications and the broader implications of this powerful new tool. This whole process showcases how AI is able to drastically accelerate scientific discovery, and we'll talk about that next. So, what does all this mean in the real world? What are the practical implications of ChemReasoner? Well, the potential applications are vast, spanning various fields within chemical engineering and materials science. Imagine the possibilities: drastically speeding up the discovery of catalysts for crucial reactions. Think about processes like converting CO2 into usable fuels, a critical step in mitigating climate change. Or consider making industrial processes far more energy efficient. This technology could revolutionize manufacturing, reducing energy consumption and environmental impact. This technology offers the potential to drastically cut down the time and resources needed to develop new catalysts, leading to faster breakthroughs across many sectors. From sustainable energy solutions and revolutionary pharmaceuticals to innovative materials for various industries, ChemReasoner could unlock a wave of innovation. This research is pushing the boundaries of AI-driven scientific discovery, establishing a state-of-the-art method. It shows that the combined power of LLMs and accurate computational chemistry is a highly effective approach. It's not just incremental progress, it's a real paradigm shift. It opens up exciting new avenues for research and could lead to the automated design of entirely new functional materials. One particularly compelling example is that ChemReasoner successfully predicted ChuAlZN as a catalyst for methanol synthesis, a catalyst already used commercially. This is crucial because it demonstrates not just theoretical potential, but real-world viability. ChemReasoner isn't just a theoretical concept, it's a technology showing tangible results. Now, let's wrap things up and discuss the big picture implications, and what the future might hold for this exciting technology. So, to wrap things up, let's recap the key takeaways from our exploration of ChemReasoner. We've seen how this AI-powered framework is revolutionizing catalyst discovery by cleverly combining the power of large language models with the precision of quantum chemistry calculations. ChemReasoner uses an automated planning system, eliminating the need for human experts to guide the search process, making it truly autonomous. The research demonstrates that ChemReasoner significantly outperforms traditional methods, not only identifying existing, commercially viable catalysts, but also suggesting entirely new candidates. This has enormous implications for advancing sustainability and for making industrial processes far more efficient and environmentally friendly. The authors point to future research directions focusing on improvements to the 3D structure generation process and employing even more accurate DFT simulations. This highlights that the research is ongoing, and improvements are continuously being sought. In essence, ChemReasoner represents a major step towards fully autonomous scientific discovery, significantly accelerating the pace of innovation in materials science and chemical engineering. This is not just about finding new catalysts faster. It's about opening up a whole new realm of possibilities for materials design and impacting sustainability. Thank you for tuning into the Future Lab. As a final note, I want to mention that this episode's script itself was AI assisted using an LLM, a fitting reflection of the powerful technology we've explored today. Join us next time for another exciting journey into the ever-evolving world of AI-driven science. Until then, stay curious.